Welcome to Exposé. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Today is July 6, 2020, and it's my honor to bring yet another exposition to you on another aspect of health. Today we'll be talking about sunshine. In previous episodes, I highlighted some of the benefits of sunshine, but today I want to pay particular attention to some of the benefits. I'll give you at least a dozen benefits of sunshine today, so that from this moment onward, you will take advantage of the shining of the sun that God has given to us so freely, every part of the world, particularly those parts of the world that are tropical regions. I live in West Africa, specifically in Nigeria, and we have 12 months summer in this part of the world. Aren't we blessed? We only have wet summer and dry summer. In other parts of the world, they probably have 3 to 4 months of summer every year, but we have 12 months of summer. We have God to thank for this. The sun is so beneficial that many of us are underutilizing the free benefits that God has offered us from the sun. But before I go on to share the dozen benefits derivable from sensible sunshine exposure, let me answer one question that came in for us. Somebody is asking here, can I heal my thyroid? Well, that is not related to the subject matter for today, but anyhow, I'll still give it a shot. Again, the question is not very specific, even though it talks about thyroid, but it didn't mention specifically what the nature of the thyroid disorder is all about, because there can be many problems with the thyroid. We have hypothyroidism, where the thyroid is underperforming. We also have hyperthyroidism, where the thyroid is overperforming. Then there can also be thyroid nodules. There can be thyroiditis, where there's inflammation of the thyroid gland. There can be enlargement of the thyroid gland, which is known as goiter. There can also be thyroid cancer, all kinds of different troubles and disorders that can happen with the thyroid. The thyroid is a small gland that is bilateral. It has two parts at the base of the neck. It's like a butterfly, shaped like a butterfly. There is the left lobe, there is the right lobe, and then there is the connecting one at the middle. Okay, that's the way to explain it to a layman. And so many things can afflict the thyroid. Whatever the nature of the thyroid, there are definitely solutions, both medical as well as alternative solutions, natural solutions. I'll just give general guidelines, suggestions for those who have thyroid disorders, as I cannot specifically address the specific issue here because it was not highlighted, and I can also not do consultation for you via this platform, but I'll give you general guidelines. Some other day we probably will talk more about thyroid health, how to care for your thyroid. But in the meantime, for those who have any kind of thyroid disorder, the first suggestion I will give to you is to watch out for goitrogens. Goitrogens are things that are contraindicated for the thyroid gland. In other words, if you have a thyroid disorder, they will aggravate your symptoms and make matters worse, so you need to watch out for them. Among food items, goitrogens are thought to include cruciferous vegetables. In other words, if I have a thyroid disorder, I will not eat cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and the rest of that because they are thought of to be goitrogens, including soy products. All right? The second thing to watch out for if you have any thyroid disorder is to watch out for halogens. Halogens include, all the elements in the periodic table. If you remember O-level chemistry, group 7 on the periodic table is called halogens. Thus, you have all the elements that end with "ine," I-N-E, either iodine or fluorine or chlorine or bromine. If it ends in "ine," it is one of the halogens. Among all the halogens, the only one that is a nutrient that is quite needed in the body, which can cause problems if we are deficient in, is iodine. Iodine is a definite halogen, a mineral, a trace mineral that we all need in our bodies, and it performs wonderful functions. If you are iodine deficient, then you are likely going to develop thyroid disorders. So that's the second one. Avoid all the halogens apart from iodine. So avoid chlorinated water, bromated bakery products, and fluoridated water and fluoridated products like fluoride toothpaste if you have thyroid disorder. So anything that contains fluorine, that's fluoride, which is a compound of fluorine, or bromate, which is a compound of bromine, or chlorine, you need to avoid those. The compounds of chlorine are okay, like sodium chloride, that one is okay, all right? But when it comes to pure chlorine, as in chlorinated water, you need to avoid it if you have a thyroid disorder, all right? We'll be giving more details as time goes on. The third thing I will say today about thyroid health is for you to consume foods that are rich in iodine, because you need a lot of iodine. Sea vegetables such as brown seaweed, or modifilan, or blue-green algae, or spirulina, or chlorella. These are all sea vegetables that are high in the mineral iodine, and that is very beneficial for the thyroid and many other parts of the body. We will stop there for now on thyroid health, so we can go on to our main focus for today, which is sensible sunshine exposure. This is Exposé, and I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. I will be back after this short break. Tell all your friends to join us. This happens every Monday at 8 p.m. Nigerian time, West African time. Join us every Monday. You will never remain the same. I believe that the best prescription is knowledge, and that's why we're here, to expose to you and expose you to information for your transformation. For to be uninformed is to be deformed. I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. I'm your regular host, Tony Akinyemi. We're talking about sensible sunshine exposure today. And I want to read a passage from the Holy Bible as a foundational scripture for today's discussion. It is Malachi chapter 4 and verse number 2 in the New King James Version of the Bible. It says, "But to you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings, and you shall go out and grow fat like stall-fed cows." The Son, S-U-N, the Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in his wings. Now, as a theologian, I'm aware that that phrase, the Son of Righteousness, actually is in reference to our Lord Jesus Christ. In theology, there is what we call the law of double application. The first application of that phrase is to the Lord Jesus Christ. But the second application is actually to the sun in the sky. The sun gives healing and health benefits, both prophylactic and therapeutic benefits. Prophylactic means prevention of disease, whereas therapeutic means healing of existing disease. So the sun offers both prophylactic and therapeutic benefits. And I want to share with you today 12 prophylactic and therapeutic benefits of sunshine. Of course, there is an appropriate way to expose yourself to the sun, and there is an inappropriate way to do sunshine exposure. That's why I have aptly captioned today's topic as sensible sunshine exposure. I believe that sunshine exposure is a major strategy for disease prevention, disease reversal, and health maintenance. And each one of us must learn how to maximize, how to optimize, how to take advantage of sunshine every single day, particularly those who live in tropical regions or during summer months. And when there is winter and there is no sunshine, you can supplement with vitamin D3, which is one of the things that sunshine exposure will give to you. I recommend, as a nutritionist, 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 every day for adults, and that is 50 micrograms of vitamin D3 every single day by way of prophylaxis. Now, the 12 benefits, there are more than 12, but I'm just sharing 12 today. Number one, the sun helps plants to produce food through a process of photosynthesis. The whole world is fed with plant food today because the sun shines. If the sun stops from shining, then our plants can no longer produce food for us. The process of photosynthesis, which is stimulated and caused by the sun, is actually the process that produces our fruits, our vegetables, our seeds, our roots, and everything that we eat from the plant kingdom. So, one of the first benefits of sunshine is it helps us to produce food, and it feeds the whole world. So we have God to thank for giving us sunshine for food production. The second benefit of sunshine is mood enhancement. The sun elevates our mood. If you are an indoor person, you stay indoors in your house, you move from your house into your air-conditioned car, and then from your air-conditioned car, you move on into your elevator to your office, and you go in the reverse order when you close in the evening from work, and you don't have adequate sunshine exposure, I can almost guarantee to you that you are a good candidate for depression. But when you spend a lot of time under the sun has a way of enhancing our moods. Okay, scientists have discovered that there are certain hormones in our bodies responsible for our mood, the way we feel. Okay, melatonin is a relaxing hormone that helps us to go to sleep. That's why when people have low melatonin levels, they begin to experience insomnia. They are not able to sleep properly. And then we have serotonin and we have endorphins. These are all hormones that help us to feel good, feel relaxed, and feel excited, feel happy. Okay? There are certain foods we eat that will boost the production of these hormones. But then when you stay under the sun, scientists have confirmed that the sun can actually help to convert melatonin to serotonin in the body. Melatonin is what makes you feel dull and sleepy, whereas serotonin is what gets you excited and happy. So when the sun helps melatonin to be converted to serotonin, you see that you suddenly have an increased amount of serotonin in your body, and that makes you excited. That makes you happy. That makes you feel good. Now, I joke in the city of Lagos in Nigeria where I live with people. I ask them, have you ever seen a bus conductor in Lagos who is depressed? I have never seen one. Most of them don't have accommodation. They sleep under bridges. They don't have a bank account. They don't have an email account. They don't have an Instagram account. Yet, they are ever happy. They are always happy. There was a time Nigeria was voted the happiest country in the world, despite our challenges and our troubles. Why was that so? Because we have abundant sunshine. You see people suffering and yet they are smiling because they spend most of their time under the sun. So the sun enhances our mood. That's the second benefit of sunshine. The third one is that the sun is also a disinfectant. A disinfectant. In other words, the sun has what we call a bacteriostatic effect. Bacteriostatic effect. Bacteria static. In other words, it inhibits the multiplication or replication of bacteria on our skin. Many people don't know that on 1 square centimeter of skin, 1 square centimeter of skin on our body, we have approximately 100,000 bacteria in 1 square centimeter of skin on our body. You know, staphylococcus and many other kinds of bacteria. But when we stay under the sun will hinder, inhibit, slow down the process of bacterial multiplication. That is called the bacteriostatic or the disinfectant effect of the sun on the body. Alright? Number 4, the sun helps us to manufacture or synthesize vitamin D in the body. Vitamin D2 that is converted to D3 in the liver, which is highly absorbable by the body and utilized for many wonderful functions. Maybe one of these days we will talk about the benefits of vitamin D3 and the dangers of vitamin D deficiency. But number 4, the sun helps us to manufacture vitamin D. And number 5 derives from benefit number 4. Because, guess what? The sun utilizes cholesterol in our body to manufacture vitamin D. So as your body is increasing in vitamin D level when you are under the sun, your cholesterol level is decreasing. So if you want to lower cholesterol, spend time under the sun, and that will help convert part of your cholesterol to vitamin D. That will lower your cholesterol. When you have normal cholesterol level, that gives you very good cardiovascular health status. And then number 6, the sun also promotes detoxification. You spend a little time under the sun, and before you realize it, you are sweating. And as you are sweating, waste products are being eliminated from your system. That is detoxification. Number 7 benefit of sensible sunshine exposure is that it also helps to both prevent cancer and also help to slow down the growth of cancer. So it has a prophylactic and a therapeutic effect on cancer. Unfortunately, when people develop cancer and they are undergoing treatment, most of the time they are hidden inside the house or on hospital admission and they are locked indoors and they are never allowed to go outside. That is counterproductive. One of the things I recommend to cancer patients is to spend at least 2 hours under the sun every day, in addition to whatever treatment they are receiving. That is not the only treatment. Sunshine exposure alone cannot cure cancer, but it is one of the contributing therapies, adjunctive therapies in cancer treatment and in cancer prevention. As a matter of fact, on June 15, 2005, in the edition of the journal Cancer Research at Northern California Cancer Center, there was a publication that said cancer the risk of cancer can be reduced by 50%. The risk of prostate cancer specifically in men can be reduced by 50% when you spend enough time regularly under the sun. So it inhibits cancer growth. It also prevents cancer. And that is not difficult to understand. When you spend time under the sun, your body synthesizes vitamin D. When you have optimum level of vitamin D in your body, that helps to regulate your testosterone. That helps to protect your prostate, from prostate cancer. So that is very much understandable. Number 8 benefit of the sun is that it boosts our immunity. Again, that's not difficult to understand. When you have sufficient amount of vitamin D in your body, one of the things it does is to boost your immunity. And when your immunity is bolstered, that protects you against infectious diseases. Particularly during this global pandemic of COVID-19, we do need a lot of vitamin D in our body, and we need to spend time under the sun. So we get 2 main direct benefits from under the sun in relation to COVID-19. One is that we have sufficient amount of vitamin D in the body that will bolster our immunity to be able to fight any infection. And number 2 is that the sun itself also has what I call the inhibitory effect in microbial replication. The replication of viruses, replication of bacteria, and so on and so forth is slowed down under the sun. So when you're under the sun, viral replication is slowed down, bacterial replication is slowed down on the one hand, and then you manufacture vitamin D, which helps to boost your immunity and helps you to gain an upper hand against any kind of infection, including COVID-19. And then number 9, sensible sunshine exposure promotes the breaking down of excess bilirubin. Bilirubin is a substance that normally comes out from the body in some people and makes their nails, their eyes, their skin, their urine, everything to turn yellow. Everything turns yellow. It's from the gallbladder, the bile in the gallbladder produced in the liver. And sometimes when you have excess bilirubin, you have people becoming jaundiced, particularly children. That's why you see babies that are jaundiced. In other words, they have excess bilirubin, either from the bile or from the breakdown of red blood cells within their body, and they put those babies that are jaundiced under light. The light helps to break down bilirubin into a water-soluble substance so that the kidneys can then excrete them out of the body so the coloration can disappear. So sunshine exposure helps to break down bilirubin and convert it into a water-soluble substance, and then the kidneys can easily excrete them from the body. Number 10, adequate sunshine exposure also helps mineral absorption in the body for strong bones and strong teeth. Again, all of us can remember in our O-level science that vitamin D is needed for you to absorb certain minerals, particularly calcium, magnesium, potassium. When you have deficiencies in vitamin D, you cannot absorb those minerals properly. But when you stay under the sun and your body synthesizes vitamin D, then an additional benefit, which is an offshoot of that vitamin D production, is that you are now better able to absorb these minerals. And that gives you strong teeth and strong bones. So you have good musculoskeletal structure. Okay? That is benefit number 10 from sunshine exposure. Number 11 benefit of sensible sunshine exposure, it has been established that oxygen consumption in cells is greater under light than in darkness. In other words, when you're under the sun, your body is better able to absorb oxygen through your lungs and distribute it through your blood to other parts of the body. But under darkness, oxygen absorption is poorer. Under light, oxygen absorption is higher. So when you spend time under the sun, your body is better oxygenated. We are going to be talking about oxygenation in another episode. The benefits of oxygen and the dangers of oxygen deprivation. And finally, number 12, sunshine exposure increases chlorophyll in plants as well as hemoglobin in human beings and animals. Okay? So, when you spend time under the sun, what you discover is that in plants, if you have a plant in your kitchen, for example, real plants, not artificial plants, growing in a pot, for example, and you keep it by the window where the sun can shine on it properly, you see that the leaves get greener under the sun because the sun makes the plant to develop chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the equivalent of hemoglobin in blood. Now, in human blood, the human blood is red. What makes it red is hemoglobin, which is a compound of iron that is attached to your red blood cells. So hemoglobin is the deep red color, and it is that substance that attracts oxygen from your lungs. So when your blood is rich in hemoglobin, you are able to attract a lot of oxygen, absorb a lot of oxygen in your lungs. When your blood is low in hemoglobin, you are not able to absorb sufficient oxygen. You see how everything connects? So when you put a plant under the sun, the plant is greener. It develops the green color, which is the equivalent of hemoglobin in plants. It's called chlorophyll. Actually, if you look at the chemical structure of chlorophyll and hemoglobin, they are very similar in every way except in one point. If you look at the chemical structure of chlorophyll, at the center of the chemical structure of chlorophyll, you have magnesium. But at the center of the chemical structure of hemoglobin, you have iron. So if you take chlorophyll, the green pigment in plants, and you knock off the magnesium and substitute it with iron, you have actually converted it to hemoglobin. You can convert chlorophyll to hemoglobin. That's why when people are anemic and they have low blood level, in this part of the world, they will just juice green plants and ask the people to drink. You know what happens? The body will take the chlorophyll, knock off the magnesium, and get iron from your food, iron from unripe plantain, iron from okra, iron from beetroot, and then replace the magnesium with iron, and there you have hemoglobin. So the sun helps plants to develop chlorophyll, and helps human beings and animals to boost their hemoglobin level. So if you want to boost your hemoglobin, go under the sun and spend at least 1 hour as a person of color, 2 hours ideally, but Caucasians, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, that will be fine. Now let me round up today by talking about this important question. Many people are afraid of sunshine exposure because it has been programmed into our head that sunshine exposure causes skin cancer. But the question is, does sunshine exposure actually cause skin cancer? The research does not agree with that. All the studies that I have looked at don't agree with that assumption, okay, that sunshine causes skin cancer. As a matter of fact, as far back as 1995, Lancet, one of the most authoritative medical journals, okay, on page 915 of volume 356 in the year 1995, actually reported that in Japan, 40% of melanoma is a type of skin cancer. 40% of skin cancers, melanoma in Japan, actually occurs on the sole of the feet. You know, under the feet, the sole of the feet. That's where 40% of skin cancers are found among Japanese in Japan. Now, the question is, if it is sunshine exposure that causes skin cancer, how come it is occurring on the soles of the feet? Do they lie on their back and raise their legs to face the sun? Or how come they are developing melanoma under the soles of the feet? So that debunks that assumption that sunshine exposure is what causes skin cancer. Okay, those of us who live in the tropics, God has protected us with our melanin pigmentation from the ultraviolet rays of the sun that can cause skin damage or sunburn. Those who have sunburn are those who probably lack melanin, one, and those who have poor nutrition, because there are certain carotenoids and flavonoids and bioflavonoids in food, particularly plant food, that help to protect our skin. So poor nutrition is what renders the skin vulnerable to skin damage under the sun. Of course, those who have any defect, genetic defect, like albinos, need to be careful exposing themselves unduly under the hot sun, because that can burn their skin and that can cause problems for them. Okay? So when albinos want to stay under the sun, they need to wear a hat and they need to protect themselves from the hot sun. They need to expose themselves only in the early morning, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. before the sun gets hot. Once it gets hot, all albinos should please protect themselves so they don't develop skin problems, including skin cancer. All right? So, is it the sun that is causing the skin cancer? Not likely. What is causing the skin cancer is the deficiency in melanin on the one hand and nutritional deficiency on the other hand. That makes the skin become vulnerable to any assault. And the sun, hot sun can be an assault on the skin and lay the foundation for sunburn as well as skin cancer. But those who are pigmented don't have anything to be afraid of. So let's roll out and begin to enjoy abundant sunshine every day to benefit from all of these things that sunshine exposure gives us. It's been a wonderful time today, and thank you for joining us. I look forward to seeing you again on Exposé every Monday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, West African time, and you'll be glad you did. Don't forget, the best prescription is knowledge. God bless you.
My name is Olanike Aladeshuyi, a graduate of Rafa Institute of Healthy Living, a school run by Reverend Tony Akinyemi, where we are taught how to take care of our health using basic healthy living principles. My coming into contact with the school has changed my life for the better. Prior to that time, I had been diagnosed of arthritis. I had pains all over me. I had difficulty in breathing. But since I decided to take the principles taught in the school seriously and I followed them, I discovered that my health has improved. I am free of pain. My breathing has stabilized to such an extent that I can run a gym. Can you beat that? So, I want to invite you. Come, join us at Rafa Institute of Healthy Living. Let's learn together how to reverse supposedly irreversible diseases using nutrition and lifestyle. All are basic principles. Your life will not remain the same again.